Hello Year 7, hope you had a lovely Christmas break. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking a little bit more detail in some aspects of drama that we looked at last half term, but it's going to be really important for something that we're going to be learning when you come back. So where we left off previously, we did Alice in Wonderland. We were learning a bit more about masks, about movement and different characterization. What we're going to do, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on masks, because this is really important for when we're going to be studying Greek theatre when you come back into school after this half term. So if you could put the title just Year 7 Alice in Wonderland Remote Learning, this just makes it a lot easier for when you bring the notes back into school. So if you could put a little subheading, origins of mask work, and you could copy these notes down on your paper. I'll explain it first, and then what you can do is pause the video just so you can copy them down. So the use of masks in theatre originated as early as 600 BC in ancient Greece. Now we have talked about that previously. They used masks to allow the audience to see what the characters, the actors were playing, because they performed in large theatres called an amphitheatre. So we spoke about this previously. There were massive arenas, and what would happen, because there were no microphones, because they were so far away, they would use these masks so people from way far back were able to see what the characters were actually playing and who they were playing. Also, because they didn't have any microphones, they would have to use a lot of hand gestures to be able to show how they're feeling to the audience. So they used masks to symbolise what type of play they were performing, whether it was comedy, tragedy or satire. Now satire, spelt this way, is essentially a type of play in Greek theatre where they had a lot of mythical creatures, normally half man, half horse creatures. So masks were made of wood or leather and can amplify the voice of the actors. In addition to this, because they couldn't show their facial expressions, the actors had to use their gestures and body language to show the audience what they were doing on stage. So they could amplify the voices a bit, the way they were designed. However, it was not really that good and effective in telling the audience how you're feeling, so that's why they did have to rely on their body language and hand gestures. So key words in this is amphitheatre, genre and theme. So genre, theme is basically the type and the different elements that are actually in the performance, and gestures, so you can have your hand gestures there. So if you could take the time just to pause this video, copy this down in your piece of paper, and also write down the keywords and highlight them as well for me. And as you can see, we've got some pictures there. So we've got some Trestle Theatre Company masks, which we looked at, and we'll go into a bit more detail. And at the bottom you've got some Greek theatre masks. Some of those are half masks, so you can speak in them. Some of those are full masks. Generally you cannot speak in a full mask. So Trestle Theatre Company, if you could do another little heading for me. So copy these notes down on your paper. So Trestle Theatre Company was created in 1981 and focuses its work on school, workshop, performances and teacher training. So their aims. They aim to create and deliver high quality mask and physical theatre performances and training locally, nationally and internationally. So Trestle Theatre Company is this theatre company. It was created, and what they essentially do is create these masks, and it's their style of theatre, and then everyone else essentially uses their ideas. So they support creative growth and improve mental health and well-being through their participative work with young people and adults. So what they essentially do is, for people that struggle to communicate their feelings, what they do is they give them the options of their masks and say, how are you feeling today? And then the student will then put the mask on and they will act something out, in a sense. So they will send high quality handcrafted trestle mask sets and accessible resources across the world. We do have some here. Unfortunately we weren't able to use them, but all of you were able to receive the paper versions of it, which was still really good to have a go at using that. And they run Trestle Art Space as a welcoming venue for professional artists and creative space for local communities. So we looked into trestle masks quite a lot, but can I make sure, can I ask you just to pause the video here, so you can have the time to write this down in your books as well, or on your piece of paper, because when you come back we will stick them in your books. So types of movements. Some of you got onto this, some of you didn't, but again I would like you to copy these down and write these notes in your books or on your piece of paper. So dance drama is when the story and messages are communicated only through dance, and the plot is shown through a sequence of movements and dance steps. So it's something that is used particularly a lot in Alice in Wonderland, because if you think of the magical element, Using a variety of different movements can really tell the audience that they are in a magical fantasy and a magical setting. So a mime piece, I'm sure we all know what a mime is. So somebody that does this on like a box. So a mime is a stylized form of movement which creates an illusion of reality, and there's usually no speech involved, so it relies heavily on movement and also facial expressions in this aspect. A movement drama is when the entire presentation uses only movement to communicate to the audience. This is usually non-naturalistic in style and may have a musical accompaniment. So it's similar to dance drama, but they only use movement to communicate to one another. So chorus. Now chorus is something that is going to be really relevant when you come back, because we're going to be going into the Greek theatre aspect, and chorus is used a lot in Greek theatre. So chorus in drama and music are those who perform vocally in a group. The chorus in Greek theatre was a group of actors who described and commented upon the main action of the play with song, dance and recitation. So they would recite certain things. They'll perform in unison, and unison means that they are in time together, so they are not going all off and doing their own thing. They're making sure that they are really well timed and performing together. So if you could copy that down for me and then write the keywords chorus, unison, Greek theatre and mime. Now, what I would like you to do, I'm going to put this on the assignment, is have a quick look at this video. It's only about 3 minutes long. It gives you a bit of an introduction into Greek chorus theatre, and this is really important for when you come back. And then what you'll be doing, just to finish off this lesson, is complete this quiz to show how much you have learned. So it's focusing on what we have done and also stuff that we have done previously this half term. And all you need to do is complete this, follow the link, and then what will happen is it will come back to me. It will tell you how many marks you got. Okay? So if you do have any questions after this lesson, then please feel free to contact me. But that's what you need to do essentially. Okay? Thank you very much.